Hello Internet, I'm Jackie Fox, and sex work is a lot of work. People think of it as having sex, masturbating, and getting naked for money, and yeah, that is part of it, but it's a very small part of it. There are a lot of interesting and in-demand skills that are involved in most types of sex work, like online customer relations, social media management, promotions, content creation, marketing, and running a small business. It's not just about showing the world your nipples, it's a full-time job. To give you a look at the labor conditions, I reached out to a porn star to get an idea of their personal working conditions, as well as giving them a platform to talk about their observations from within the industry.
Hi, I'm Kay, and I go by That Rad Slut on minivids and Twitter and Instagram.
Let's start out easy. First question, how did you get started in porn?
I got started being a secret seller, as soon as I turned 18, which is not something I recommend. Actually, it's not fun. I was basically told to do nudes, so I decided to do nudes. But since I was a secret seller, I was very scared and just did pictures and just sold through inbox and via stuff like that. So it caused not any problems. No one knew. I kind of just sold boob pics, whatever. Then I decided I didn't care anymore, and I took a hiatus for a little while. And then when I came back to my hiatus, I decided I didn't care anymore, and I wanted to do it for real. So I joined minivids, and I decided to start doing actual porn. And then it did take some work to get some stuff. You need a ring light, you need toys, of course, to do the things. You need lingerie, you need a bunch of stuff, a good camera, a good phone, anything like that. I was lucky to have a decent camera and phone in general, and lucky that I had already acquired some lingerie from I actually thrift shopped a lot at Goodwill, and I found a lot of good pieces there. And then once you just have a few things, it built up to people wanted to buy me things, so I made a wish list, and people would pay for the lingerie, or toy companies would offer me free toys in exchange for reviews. So I would
we're checking out this hedgehog vibrating sucker.
Do toy reviews on minivids and post it and stuff. And then I became known as the toy review person, which I didn't really like being that niche, so I decided to branch out more. But of course I still have all the toys, so I have my collection of things over there that is my corner of work. So yeah, it's a lot of more promo work to get started than it is stuff to get started. I used to do a lot of toy reviews, like I said, and I loved one of the toys. I ended up making a 16-minute video with it, and it ended up breaking because I overused it too much. So yeah, so I bought myself some new toys, actually. You have to, really, when they break like that. And I really like my magic wand here. It's my favorite, and it's the portable, chargeable one. And then also, in other terms, I have a glass dildo that's amazing. I think I got it on Amazon for $10. This thing is amazing. I don't know, but yeah, it's always really funny too, because I have my little sex corner and all my other friends are sex workers, but it's still kind of awkward. It's hilarious to shoot content with people because it's still for some reason we're best friends and still can't get in the mindset of this is our work. It's hilarious, actually. We've had to cut a lot of bloopers. Last blooper was I was getting whipped by one of my friends, and they hit me right across the back instead of on the ass, and I was too busy laughing at the fact that we had forgotten in the background was playing a nature documentary that was talking about hummingbirds. So it was all a big catastrophe. I still uploaded it. It's just a lot of fun to work with other people too. It's really fun, actually. We all trade the reviews too, in terms of oh, this toy's good, here's the link, get it, It's fun to have friends that are sex workers as well.
I think a lot of people really misunderstand how much work what you're doing really is. You have all the hassle of being a small business owner, performer, director of photography, customer service, marketing, and I could go on. I really wish this were a world where you could list your work experience on a resume and have your employer recognize the skills that you're developing. Can you give us an idea of what your work week is like?
So I would say I spend a lot of time, I don't know, it's definitely way more promotion. You're promoting yourself. I'm promoting a brand. I'm doing this for me, like to get customers to like me. Like it's not like I'm selling something, like I am selling something and it's myself. So I may do one video a week for the store or 2 sets a week. It depends on how well I'm doing in my personal life, but the videos hardly ever get to 20 minutes. That's like the limit for me. But most of them are 10 or under. So that's just 10 minutes. I do everything in a straight cut. I memorize my scripts and I try to get it done in one hit because I know that promo is the next important part. So I have to get the video done. I have to then the cleanup really. So let's say it actually just takes me 20 minutes to do a video and then get it onto my laptop. Okay, it'll take another 20 to do it, to upload probably. Since it's 20 minutes, it takes a little bit slower because I have to do the other promo. What I have to do is get on the websites I promo on, make sure I'm caught up in my promo groups so that I can promo as soon as the video is done uploading. I then have to go and make sure I'm caught up on followers and following people to make sure, of course, that there's no minors or anything, but to make sure that I'm not missing any other sex workers, to make sure I'm not missing any members that might be interested in my content. Then I also do Crush page, which is like OnlyFans, but I have a store as well. So I post the Crush page every other day because I was posting every day and it was getting too overwhelming. I post sets that I take, so it'll take me about 15 to 20 minutes to actually, let's counter in like makeup and stuff like that. It'll take me about 45 minutes to get done a set, which is probably about, I can get 25 to 30 pictures done like that. Then sort through them, it probably goes down to 20. And then I post about 5 pictures or a clip from a video that I'm uploading to MB Crush. And that's basically what I do every other day. Which then doesn't include what I have to do in the promo groups. Promo groups are not just for me, they're for everyone else too. So I'm building up other people's brands as well. So I want them to build me up, so I build them up. So I make sure that all of their stuff is like retweeted, re-MV'd, re-blogged, anything like that. And then I check on my customers. I go through and I'm like, hey, I just uploaded a new video that I really think you might like. You get the discount. Like stuff like that. Me trying to get new customers is a lot. Even just random selfies, since I'm selling myself as the brand, is a promo. Like me being like, oh, don't I look cute? Kind of a promo. Like I'm trying to build something that people want to have, which is, I guess, me in porn, I work about 7 hours a day with just promo. That is not including the days I have to shoot and record a video. I have some customers who I do custom videos a lot. I have some custom videos that I do every day. So 7 hours of just promo and me keeping up in the retweet groups, MB groups, everything like that. And then another 2 or 3 hours at night actually doing my content and not promoting it, basically just actually making new content for the next promo.
Can you tell us the role that custom videos play in your work week?
I spend about an hour a day on customs, at least. Sometimes I have to do more than one custom a day, so that adds up. Sometimes I skip days. I give myself an off day. I make Sundays my off day, even though I still can't take off from promo. I make Sundays my off day from posting or doing anything my own promo, and try to take a little break, at least what I can. but I do like an hour a day on customs. Like I said, do one cut. Most of the time it's only one person, so it'll take like the makeup and the time. The times I have to do more than one custom, it takes about like 4 hours. Like today I've had to do 2 and do my uploads because I forgot yesterday and upload set, so I've been working for 5 hours straight now. And that's just not even the promo, and I'm just now starting getting the promo done, so. Customs are definitely my biggest sellers because they cost more. They're definitely my biggest source of income. They cost more, and they take a lot more time, but I have to try to upload 2 story videos a week is what I'm aiming for. So those kind of take up a little more time in terms of creativity. When I'm doing customs, they give me the idea and I'm like, okay, cool, I can make a script around this. Making my own store videos is like, I have to think of a narrative and then do the script and then hope no one this week has done it as well.
I talk a lot on this channel about the theft of labor value by employers and platforms, and I find that this manifests really directly with a lot of canned sites and platforms like them. Like, for example, when you're selling things for Walmart, you're certainly not going to, as a cashier, earn even a very small portion of the general gross sales that you do in one day. So you have to ask yourself, where is the rest of that money going if I'm the person that is generating this value? And honestly, that gets really complicated to figure out, but it's actually pretty straightforward in this type of industry. So can you talk more about the fees that your platform charges?
In terms of fees and things, I only work for mini-vids that takes the fees out, and I can get pretty specific in terms of what percentage they actually take out, what my payout is. Most of them are 80% payouts, like even the tip, they get 20% of that. The Get My Vids payout is 60%, they get 40% of that. In VCrush, they get 20%, custom videos, they get 20%, texting services 20%. Fund Me, which is for people to help pay for people do it for moves, people do it for the big sex machine, stuff like that, that's 20%. Contest is a 40%, they get 40% of that. So even the contest donations I get, they get 40% of it, which kind of gets confusing because you get an email with how much you got specifically with what they took out, so you don't know actually what they donated, and until you go through all the way back through and see okay, what does MV say that they actually paid? And that is confusing because sometimes you give prizes for certain contest donations and then you're like, wait, they can't have donated only $14.50 and they actually donated $25, but that's all I got from it. So other stuff that I pay for a photo editing service that's so I can watermark my videos. I need to get a better one. It's better to watermark the entire video, but I only have one that watermarks my pictures and the actual screensaver for the video, but there's actually a free video editor that comes on most laptops and stuff now that I've been able to use a lot for compiling videos and editing. The big thing is getting a VPN, which is expensive, but it's very important to have one for safety because people can get your stuff, and they can track down your stuff, can tell exactly what it is. So that's very important for every sex worker to have if you're going to do porn. And
I just want to make it clear that while 20 or 40% of your hard work is certainly a lot for a platform to be asking from you, this is probably comparatively better than other careers. Again, with things like Amazon, it's really difficult to figure out exactly how much labor value an individual is creating and kind of what your share is and how much you're being exploited in this context, because there's just hundreds if not thousands of variables. But with this, you get this really straightforward, you made a video, it sold, you get 80% of that, we take 20. So it's really straightforward and easy to understand the labor theft that occurs when it's just this really straightforward percentage that's being cut out. And, just to be clear, and I said this in a previous video, but these sorts of tube sites actually take less money than things like YouTube, which, come on. Do you think that advertisers are really paying them pennies to advertise on your channel? No. I'm not saying that they're getting a lot of money. Maybe they get a quarter. but, a few pennies to a quarter, we're talking like 12%, maybe 16% of your labor value. It's pathetic. What can you tell me about community and how that relates to your job?
Really, like with any group that you're in, like group of people, there's going to be people that are catty, there's going to be people that don't like your content, like there's been quite a bit of infighting between sex worker groups, like, there's a bunch of different types of sex work groups, like you have like dom workers, then you have fetish workers, and there's all in between stuff. There's some infighting, but really I try to keep my stuff as supportive as possible. I run a group specifically for mini vids support and promos, and then I run a group for just Twitter support and promos. And I made sure my groups were very, you can ask for advice, you can ask for help, you can bitch, you can take a mental health break, you can talk to us, you can quit if you want to, like you can do everything and no one's going to judge you for anything. And that's what I made sure was very prominent in the groups that I made, because when I first started on Twitter specifically, I got sucked into a group where there was a lot of drama. It was like, sorry, I'm not going to retweet that because it's not good quality enough. Or like, sorry, I only do, I'm a dom, so I only retweet dom stuff. So like, I'm not going to interact with you. And it's very frustrating when you first get on there, but you find your group, like you find your herd, you find your people who will support you through anything and support your content. And really what it's about is also supporting like Black sex workers and sex workers that are disabled and LGBT sex workers, because like there's always going to be a sex worker that's like super popular and good and stuff, but the other sex workers don't get as much attention because they're not put on a pedestal like westernized beauty standards are. So really it's more about supporting the marginalized groups also in this community and not being like a piece of shit to yourself. And you always kind of worry about stalkers, not so much as like actually coming to your house and stuff. There are people that just harass you like for content. There are people that just like want to, I just made my hair worse. There are people who just want to bother you with how they don't like what you do or how they totally like what you do. They're completely obsessed with you. You have to pay complete attention to them because they bought one video from you. It's more those people. Like, as someone who was born female, I've had kind of stalkers show up throughout my life, actually, people you can't seem to get rid of. And I found less happens through porn because to them, most people understand it is fantasy and you're just giving them what they want. I don't worry about any of my customers or my clients or anything going over the limit. I'm, first of all, an oversharer. They probably wish I would shut up about some things. Another thing really is that anyone who wants to do sex work, like, it is a lot of work. Like, I spend so much time on my phone talking to customers, writing scripts, doing, like, rewriting scripts, just, like, stopping videos, editing videos, uploading sets, taking the pictures. Like, it's a whole lot more work than people would make you think it is. And the whole line that sex work is not work because you're just, like, fucking yourself is bullshit, because the time I actually spend doing sexual things is far less than the time I actually spend doing the work that it takes to put in to have a business that you're running yourself and a business that you're trying to grow from the ground up. And like I said before, like, I am the product. I have to do this and build myself, and it's no different than doing any other work. I make more money doing this than I did waiting tables. So anyone saying that sex work isn't real work really hasn't worked any job, I would think, that takes any kind of work, actual work. It takes a lot of social skills. It takes a lot of brain power and motivation to keep going. It takes everything you can to do it. So if you want to do it, it's great. Like, just know how much work it is. And if you think it's not work, then I'd love to see you try to handle my schedule for a week, really, because I would love it. I need a break.
What else would you like people to know about you and the industry you work in?
Well, for me, I actually am non-binary, and I go by they, them, it pronouns. And I wasn't out yet when I made my minivids profile, so I'm still under the MB girl label, which, even though I have my pronouns up and everything, it still gets me pigeonholed a lot as a girl, and I get that. I'm very femme presenting. At first it really like dragged on me a little bit, but I understand that this is people's fantasy. So in their fantasy, I'm a girl to them. In real life, I'm not. I'm me. So to them, I'm not even the person. They could be seeing a different person. So like, at first it was really hard, especially since I could be under the MV trans. I don't know if I could change that now. I wish I would have known then what I do now about myself. I feel like it's kind of unfair for me to be under MV girl because that's not how I identify, and it's not fair for other actual girls when they could be higher up in the ranks and stuff, when I could be under the trans label and be better, maybe not better, even just be like, I don't know, like a better person, like an ally, like to myself and to other people.
Where can my viewers find you?
And like I said, I'm Kay, and I go by That Rad Slut on minivids, Twitter, Instagram, and actually Tumblr too, if anyone's still there. Yeah, and follow up. I love my job. I love doing it, and it's a lot of fun, even if it's a lot of work. So
I want to say a very special thank you to everyone who has made it to the end of this video, and as YouTube obligates me to, I have to remind you that if you like this video, smash the like button and subscribe and do all that social stuff, because it really helps the channel grow. If you want to support the channel in other ways, like Real Progressives or these other Foxy patrons do, you can always donate at Patreon or make a one-time donation at Ko-fi, and help me afford to take the time out to do the work and do the research and keep making content like this, while also being able to keep it commercial free. Thanks so much to everyone who supports this channel. I wouldn't want to do it without you all.